Hello there everyone. In today's video I'm going to be showing off my deck that I used to get 33rd, I think it was, in this last Concord season, and that's not necessarily a particularly good ranking. However, I think it is when you consider exactly what it was I was playing. This is personally my new favourite deck because it entirely scales with how good you are. Which means it's pretty awful for Concord, which means it's really good for Concord, but pretty awful for ranked because, well, if you're in Legend, all the AI is better than you. So, but yeah, let's talk about this deck. So the thing about this is this is based off of originally Zakading's idea, and I took it. I made some changes, and I think they've been really successful. But as I say, this is really a Concord deck, so don't expect to take this into ranked and be winning all your games. It is one, it's a pretty bad deck for ranked because it takes a long time to play, and two, one misplay will probably just lose you the game with this deck, so it's really not very forgiving either. But if you're able to sort of pilot this on a high level, it's super fun, and yeah, you're gonna have a really good time. So Kiron Phoenix of the Forces, that is literally because you really need that discount on your spells. I'm gonna go a bit more in depth on the actual deck stuff here than I usually do, because there's quite a lot to talk about. So first, something that's a little bit less to talk about here is Andros. This is obviously a very strong card. Not as good as it was before. It would have been really nice to still have access to Demobone to speed this up. That would really improve the power of the deck, I think, if you could always guarantee an instant evolve. But you can do it fairly often, and to be honest, oftentimes anyway. You're not necessarily interested in hard playing an Andros on curve anyway, so it can depend. This card is definitely a little bit worse now than it was before. No, by no means bad, but not as ridiculous as it was. Next, we've got Canium, and this card is a very key part of the strategy. So let's go through his spells. The first one here, you look at the top 3, mill one of the field minions, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. This is basically you're trying to targeted mill something that is 4 cost or lower, or your 7 or your 8 cost minions to revive. You usually just play this just for the sake of playing it, and you don't actually use the effect. But occasionally you do, and this will destroy a force or something, and it's nice when that happens, and proc one of your on-destroy effects. But generally speaking, you sort of play this just because you have to. And then this is the real one. So for 4, with Kiron here, you get to revive any of your minions, which means that this will bring back your Simon or your Ramirez, both of which is obscene value for 4. Simon, you do sort of have to wait a little later. Playing Simon immediately on curve is a bit bad, but once you have 6 purple mana, then it is amazing. Whereas Ramirez is good to go the second you can play this. And then finally here we've got Frog of the Ghostly. This is pretty useful for the blue mana, mainly just ensuring that you're going to get some. If one of your forces is destroyed, you can choose this out, and it's also potentially a little bit of targeted mill. Okay, these are just consistency pieces, but also this will be your primary cheap way to evolve Andros. But yeah, these also mill, which is quite useful in the early game, but you really don't want to be calling them after the early game, to be honest. One of these boys, this is just another skeleton, sort of a filler spot, but I wanted to run another skeleton. This is quite useful, and it's another evolve target for Andros. It's quite hard to fit in all the stuff I wanted to in this deck. Shark of the Ghostly, this is a very powerful card here, primarily for 2 reasons. One is that it's dual mana, and 2 is the synergy with the 3 cost, which we'll talk about in a second, which will let you instantly, and the when destroyed, obviously, for the first bit, and the second bit is you can shove this straight into base, which is very valuable. Invade, this card is super good. I think that's fairly obvious. You get to recycle all of your really powerful removal tools and things, so yeah. Spy Goblin, one of the most ridiculous cards in the game, and no one's playing it, and I don't know why, but yeah, this card's stupid. You play this at the right time during a Concord match, and your opponent is not going to have any plays. For example, Slap this down against Soldier. What the fuck are they doing? Nothing. Nothing. They're not doing anything. They can play their Ryusei, but cool. You don't get your on entry thing, and if you're playing a Ryusei on curve, then that means you're not going to get. You're not going to have the mana to boost it. There've been a couple of occasions where I've just put this down and someone's just forgotten, which has not been great, but for them it's been great for me. But yeah, this card is insane and highly recommended. Tidal Wave is really useful, particularly against Soldier and against Tribal. You really do need this with the current state of the meta. You could remove it once there's the meta is more conducive to just hard remove. Club Skeleton, another just nice option, and this will give you a little bit more removal as well. This can out Phoenix to an extent because Phoenix stops Sphinx stops the minion removal, so this will let you remove it with a spell. Power consumption, this card is balked. This card is absolutely ridiculous. If I could run 4 or 5 or 6, I probably would. This is what I was talking about here. So when summoned, you can retrieve a 4-cost or lower blue or purple minion, just put it into your base. This is really strong. This is really strong. It's ramping you, but it's also getting you something of value back from your drop. And it's ramping you like blue-purple mana a lot of the time as well. And obviously you move this in, that's another one that's super strong. Skeletal Elephant of Thanatos. This card is also really good, primarily for this guy, because you can just get him back and immediately move him out where he's really annoying, but also, destroying 5 costs or lower can be really tough for your opponent to deal with. This is a card that's just generally quite nice to have to get something back. You tend not to go into him that often, but when you do, it's nice. And you can infinitely loop him with Infiltrate, because Infiltrate can retrieve this, and this can retrieve Infiltrate. So you will always be able to just keep doing that, but that's never really come up. The only time I can really imagine that coming up would be when you're both reduced to top deck mode. And so you're always going to win the top deck mode fight because you will always have this. Bone Chariot. This card is... I'm not sure how I feel about this card. I might want to change this. It does retrieve a field minion, which isn't really useful. It's a skeleton and it's reasonably statted, but a bit iffy on it. I think I'm going to replace this with something else. Probably Xanthi Dai, the legend, would be my inclination here to replace this with. Destruction is obviously amazing, and the big boys of the deck, Simon, this card is ridiculous. I underrated this when I first read it. I think the when summoned effect is pretty cool. It can get you a lethal sometimes, but the when attacking is insane. You can just pop a force, pop a minion, pop anything, really good. And Ramirez is obviously absolutely insane. We know how good this card is. Hard play Ramirez into Simon is one of the most powerful plays in this game. Yeah, absolutely insane. So there we go, that's the deck. Let's now launch into, I think we'll do one game today because of how long this was and how long that game will probably be. Okay. This is not bad. This is not too bad. Not great, not too bad. No idea what we're up against. Could be a lot of things. Those are good draws. Largely good mills. This is potentially a decent game. Soldier, okay. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. If we see the 2-cost epic, that's bad, basically. We are in a bad situation if we see the 2-cost epic. Oh, that is nice. Next turn we're just going to be able to slap that down. Now the annoying thing here is we really have to deal with Sphinx. Otherwise we are not going to be having the best time. Really need to deal with Sphinx. So I think I'm just going to play a bunch of cheap shit. That was a damn good mill. Okay, hoping this doesn't backfire. Please. Okay, alright, okay. That's good. It's very good. Let's do this now. We'll get back. I want a destruction here. And just take this. And go face as much as you want, I don't care. Yep. Just nuke this. It's fine. That was a pretty good draw. So we'll play this. Yeah, we got just enough. Play this. Put that off. Ramp it. Play this. Play this. And we will get back this Ramirez. Chuck that in, nuke that, draw a card. Pass turn, we may actually be screwed. Okay, well, if he has anything with charge, I am gonna cry. That's not charge. I would really like to draw into an option here, defensive option. That's good, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. I can get back a base minion. I can get back a minion. Should be good. This. Gotta keep one blue open for tidal wave. Play this. Let me get back this. Move skeleton out. Play this. Then, yeah. As long as he doesn't have an interaction piece here. Good, okay. Chuck this in. That is so close to lethal, man. That is painfully close to lethal. I'm gonna have to end turn so I don't instantly die. Presumably he just drew that. Oh, I lose. Oh, it's so frustrating. That is so frustrating, so close. So close. Oh. I really wanted to showcase this this deck in all its glory, but it's tough because you really I really wish I could have. I'd recorded some CONCORD videos. I really regret not recording some of that gameplay. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a replay just to show you kind of what this deck is meant to do, because it just performs so much worse against AI. So yeah, I'm gonna roll that, and then that'll be the video. Okay, so here's a CONCORD match. Move this down a bit. Sorry about all that clicking. Make this a bit smaller here. So you can see this was against artists. As I recall, this was an absolutely pain-infused game. Yeah, artists is a very, very, very tough matchup. It's really hard to win. You've got to kind of hit like almost exactly what you want. Like every way you can disrupt your opponent, you kind of have to get, and you have to like be ahead. And you see, I got the Simon in there. That was really, really important because now I've got 6 in base, so I can pop. I believe I pop his Chiron, which is really, really big. Like slowing down how much they can do is a very key part in making sure that artists don't just board wipe you, then shit out full field, and then you can't recover. So here you're going to see what I do. I play this, move it in, get this out, play some removal for the thing with DP, and this was fine. I didn't mind this going into base. It's always useful to have as long as it's wherever it is, basically, as long as it's not banished. Yeah, and you can see here, this wasn't ideal, losing my Phoenix. I didn't have any interaction at the time, so it wasn't a massive deal, but it was not the best. Obviously, drawing that there was good. 1 cost interaction is always very nice. And then here, I can basically just salvage another one, which was nice. So I can just instantly pop that, which is good. And at this point, I was feeling reasonably confident that, okay, I think I can win this. But here, my board's going to get wiped. So, you know, it's still not cut and dry. At this point, I decided, no, I really don't want to lose this, just in case. But this was getting really, really spooky. And you can see that the game is nowhere near close to over in the top left there. It's still quite a bit more to go. And he's making big scary things that are big and scary. He's banishing my stuff. It's really, really, really bad. Here I was thinking, how on earth am I going to win this? This was good though. This let me ensure that I got to keep that without using my heal. But yeah, this was getting real close here. And we got that, and he activates something, but that was fine. I really didn't mind. And I think my opponent runs out of time now. Yeah. So this is another reason the deck is really quite strong in CONCORD. You can abuse sort of your opponent having to really think about their plays. But there we go. That is the deck. Obviously not the showcase I really wanted to make, but there we go. That's what happens. I really suggest you guys give this deck a try next time CONCORD season rolls around, if it's still viable. It's really fun, but it's really, really bad in ranked. Like, I would not play this in ranked. It's a bad time. I think I've so in CONCORD with this deck, I think I had like a 70 to 80% win rate. In ranked, I have like a 10% win rate. So like it's really, and it's not like, you know, I feel like I also just draw worse and my opponents tend to draw the outs and ranked more often. But anyway, there we go. Enough moaning. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel. More Zenonzard content every other day now. And shilling, comments, description for Discord. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.